We continue to monitor the Tunnel 5 fire out in Skamania County, right along the bank of the Columbia River and just north of Hood River. The fire has slightly grown to just over 550 acres and remains 5% contained. Crews are still investigating a cause of the fire. Today we did get confirmation. Sadly, the 10 homes have been destroyed so far. There are still some level 3 go now evacuations right near the fire. Level 2 beset orders are in effect in areas to the east and west. Today, our team got a tour of the fire line along with a look at how crews are battling the flames. That includes images from a plane that gives a bird's eye view, helping firefighters be more strategic.
What you have here to the right and what is displayed on the screen is actually a Kodiak aircraft flying about 10,000 feet above us and capturing all kinds of different imagery to provide a near real-time picture here on the ground to the command team.
Washington's Commissioner of Public Lands was there for the fire line tour today, sharing a major concern for the rest of the season.
I will say right away, we are seeing and predicting this is going to be one of our toughest fire seasons to date for a number of reasons. It's hot and dry, and it's hot and dry in every single corner of the state.
Chief Meteorologist Matt Zaffino joins us now. Matt, I know this is not your first fire season. Same here. We both heard that warning many times. It's going to be the worst ever. What do you think?
You know, it's a good warning because hopefully it'll alert people like, hey, I need to be careful with my fire. But yeah, I mean, we joke about it in the news sometimes, like, hey, a new barbecue restaurant opened. What does that mean for the fire season, right? So,
yes.
You know, we'll have to wait and see come the fall rains if indeed this was the worst fire season on record in Washington or any of the other western states. We do know it's dry. It's always dry. This is the middle of or the beginning, really, of our dry season. So it is good to be alerted that, hey, it could get really bad. But we'll have to wait and see. A lot of fires are started by humans, so predicting human behavior is virtually impossible.
Yep.
Many fires still started by lightning. We haven't had massive lightning outbreaks yet, but you know, the summer is still early. We could certainly see that the rest of July or August. Okay, as far as the Tunnel 5 fires specifically goes, we're looking to the west towards Hood River from our camera in the Dalles, about 20 miles east of Hood River. Conditions similar, 92 in the Dalles, winds out of the northwest at 17. Yes, it's dry. That's not good, but the wind is the real issue. That's the thing I'm really concerned about because the firefighters had a break for a couple of days where the winds were very light out in the gorge. Now that has changed. The winds in Hood River blowing about 20 miles an hour or so. There's the sustained wind over in the Dalles. So look at our wind model. We'll put some numbers to this. Here's Hood River. See where the yellow colors here, that bullseye, that's where we're seeing the strongest winds, and that's pretty much exactly where Underwood is, where the fire is burning. Notice the winds back off a little bit overnight, but not that much, staying sustained of about 18 miles an hour. That's a strong wind that will certainly have an impact on fire. And then in the afternoons, the winds pick up, sustained 25, 26 miles an hour, gusts as high as 30. And this is going to be the case not only tomorrow, Pat, but right on into the weekend. So I am concerned about the wind on the Tunnel 5 fire. They're increasing tonight. It's going to stay windy into the weekend. It'll be a little bit cooler. That helps, but still no rain and not much humidity either. Now, speaking of fire season, back in 2021, the folks at Climate Central did a study on, hey, what's happening with fire weather days? Is that changing as our climate changes? So they looked back from 1973 to 2020, and they looked at what they considered to be thresholds for fire weather days. And they looked at temperature. You had to have 2 consecutive hours where the temperature, the wind, and the humidity all met the threshold for dangerous fire weather conditions. And when they did that, they saw that for north central Oregon, which includes Hood River County, and yes, I know the Tunnel 5 fire is in Washington, but it's just across the river, so pretty much the same deal. For north central Oregon, we've seen an increase of 16 fire weather days since 1973. That's a lot, and that kind of goes with the experience that many of us have been noticing over the last several years with an increase in fires in the summer, especially early in the summer like this too.
And I know that, you say 25-mile-an-hour sustained winds. People don't realize that is a really strong wind.
Super good point. People generally tend to overestimate wind. So if it's blowing on you at, let's say 20 miles an hour, people are like, wow, it's really windy. It's got to be blowing at least 30. Not the case. And the point being that a 20-mile-an-hour wind is really strong. A 30-mile-an-hour wind, a lot of people think it's like 40 or 50. So yes, it's a really good point, Pat, that a 20-mile-an-hour wind is strong and certainly has an impact on fire a lot. Hey, I got a couple of bonus items for you. You want to get into that? We have time?
Yes, a little bit of time.
Okay, so real
always
quickly,
worth it.
today is Aphelion Day. That means it's the day at which Earth is at its farthest point away from the sun. You may be thinking, what do you mean? It's the middle of summer. Well, if you're in the southern hemisphere, you go, yeah, it totally makes sense. It's the middle of winter, right? So the thing is this. Earth's orbit around the sun is not circular as is depicted here. It's actually more of an oval, or what we call an ellipse. And we're at the point now, we're at the farthest point. Come the middle of winter, well, early winter, January, we'll be at our closest point. The difference, we're about 3 million miles farther away right now, which means the big solar storms that just happened this week on the sun will have to travel about another 3 million miles to reach Earth. But they look like they're headed our way. This is an illustration from NASA of what these solar storms look like. A couple of strong ones could spark the northern lights later this week or this weekend, Pat.
That'll be cool. Okay. By the way, it feels like we're kind of close to the sun right now.
It sure does. It's been hot.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt.